Uh, God. So I might as well reveal why it is that I disagree with the market sentiment about Nvidia. Okay, like let's watch some of the.
Nvidia is by no means immune to this. Since its recent peak last year, the chipmaker's revenue has fallen by almost 30%, and its net income has been more than cut in half as prices of their GPUs have fallen. Many technology stocks have experienced. Even more surprising is that we are currently experiencing a historic chip glut. According to Gartner, recent declines
Well,
in
it was just
the
2 years
sixth
ago
most
though.
valuable company in the world, worth more than Berkshire Hathaway, Meta, and Tesla. But by revenue and net income, it's not even in the top 100. Nvidia's market cap is equal to 29 times last year's sales, and a whopping 173 times last year's.
The price to earnings ratio at Nvidia is going down. Which means it's moving in the right direction. Oh, well, there isn't. It would be very hard for there to be a short squeeze to develop an Nvidia right now. Just given that the short interest is not very high in the stock at all. Simply because we are seeing the valuation of it and everything. But let's keep going. I mean, this is 2 years old.
Net income. What makes the valuation of Nvidia even more surprising is that we are currently experiencing a historic chip glut.
Now, if you look at that analysis, let's keep
According
going.
to Gartner, recent declines in PC sales are the worst in 20 years.
So the whole problem with that argument, with the collapse of the PC market, and that was 2 years ago, by the way. But honestly, I do think that new PC sales are still probably down at this point. Let's look, and do some research into that PC. Yes, well, I mean, we could take the AI answer, but let's look for some actual confirmation of what it's saying. Let's see what it's saying about 2025 IDC cuts PD. Still, the total will hit. So basically, they're still expecting low PC sales at this point. So yeah, it's confirmed. Quarter one saw a significant increase in global PC, with some reports indicating a 6.1% year-over-year growth. The initial surge is attributed to some degree to buyers anticipating price hikes due to U.S. tariffs, potentially shifting their purchases to earlier in the year. All right, well that makes sense, but the problem with coming at this from the perspective of Nvidia's valuations are absurd because PC sales are slumping is that PC sales slumping doesn't have anything to do with what's happening in the data center space and what data centers are doing and what hyperscalers that are doing things like building data centers for AI are up to, and that's the fundamental problem with the analysis. It's like PC sales are weak, and so Nvidia's valuations are absurd. But it's like we've gone over already. Oracle is building a massive data center and expects to build more of them to help fund OpenAI out as a company, and maybe Oracle will end up regretting that if AI doesn't do as well as they anticipate. We don't know yet. Time will tell. But they're already committed to spending 40 billion on Nvidia stock. We will have to see how that data center ends up performing in the long run. But they've already committed 40 billion to Nvidia, and we also have these numbers that Microsoft, Facebook, Amazon, and those big players have also been buying up a massive amount of Nvidia cards and everything, and so you know that consumers may be cutting back on their purchases of machines, that people like me may be less likely to buy PCs and build a new one, or maybe we're sitting on it and waiting a few years before we go and build one. Sitting pretty, waiting, for this stuff to slow down to the point in which it becomes necessary to build a new one. But just because PC sales have been depressed for a while now doesn't mean that you don't have hyperscalers you know, buying up and building massive data centers to fund AI projects and everything. And so, you know, it's like, yeah, yeah, but you know, the future and all these companies, they all need massive amounts of GPUs to build their data centers and everything. And you know, the truth and the fundamentals of computers have shifted in recent months, in which we've got all kinds of applications that run much better on video cards. You know, and it's not just that, you've got a situation where everybody still mining crypto wants to buy these video cards, and so it's like, who gives a shit? Yeah, the PC market is in a slump, but everybody still needs video cards.